north bank of the river fire at last remaining Jap strongholds in the southern part of the city. 155mm howitzers lobbed shells across the river to blast the walls of Intramuros and adjacent buildings. 240mm guns of the 544th Field Artillery firing point blank against the ancient walls. Jap defensive positions are softened up preparatory to the crossing of the river.
War has taught us many things. It can be love for our country, devotion, self-love, peace contracts. But the most related of all for us in here is that it also leaves us with a very rich architectural history that helps us modern and upcoming architects to hone and be inspired by the works of our ancestors with their vast past creations. With this video, we as creators are hoping for the class to know more about our architectural treasure that are not far off with us. In fact, all of the architectural examples in this video are very accessible by us, because it is all just at the vicinity of Bulacan. That is why we again as creators of this presentation hope that when you finish this video, you will be encouraged and be inspired to go out there and start visiting such like infrastructures.
With that, we shall start our short yet nourishing voyage in seeing our old local architectural infrastructures be critiqued, analyzed, and have an outcome that might help you as viewers. First on our list is a no stranger when it comes this kinds of documentary. It is none other than Barasuain Church in Malolos, Bulacan. Barasuain Church is a Roman Catholic church built in 1888. Its architectural style is Baroque Renaissance Revival. Barasuain was originally known as Bangkal, a part of encomienda of Malolos integrated by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, with the town of Calumpi to the west on April 5, 1572. When the Augustinian friars made Malolos a separate town in 1580, Bangkal became a village under the jurisdiction of the town church. When the Augustinian friars made Malolos a separate town in 1580, Bangkal became a village under the jurisdiction of the town church. Abandoned in 1680, it served as the temporary chapel of ease of Barasuain, located in front of the Casa Tribunal, Presidencia, which is now commonly called Casa Real de Malolos. The church was burned in the 17th century but has been rebuilt and finished in 1888. From then, the church is being used just for sacred and religious ceremonies and sometimes festivals. But why is it built Baroque? According to some locals, it is the influence of the Spaniard priests and soldiers that made the infrastructure like that. We have no more concrete evidence other than that. And it really is Baroque, from the ceiling design, to the column ornamentation and tile choice, patterns and attention to detail. We are certain that it is screaming Baroque all over the visitor's face. Also in my visit to this church, I noticed right away that the cladding and outdoor flooring bricks are made out of molded clay, adobe and concrete, It is also tested by the natural calamities, but still it is still standing up to this date. That just proves that this church is built like a tank. Also, some frequent maintenance should do the trick when it comes to preserving it. Next on our list is not as big as what the first example is. This is a Gothic-inspired ancestral house here in San Miguel, Bulacan. It is the Texan ancestral house, built in the 1980s. It is one of the most oldest surviving ancestral house here in San Miguel, Bulacan. It is mostly made out of wood and concrete base. It is well known to be the stock place for saints and sacred statues back in the days. It is still a stock room up to this date, but mostly the saints and equipments that are in store in there are abandoned or nearly unusable. Sadly, I am not able to go and have a tour inside the house because it is already not accepting visitors. The last time I know that an article that has been written about it is still way back 2006. Luckily, I somehow managed to find some images of the interior of the house, which is one of the most important feature of it next to the cladding of the house and exterior window designs. As we can already see, the interior arches of the house resonates Gothic. It is a bit lacking for me because it is the only part of the house that has strong Gothic features other than the windows. Next will be the windows. Just like the arches inside, it is almost similar in shape but has been toned down in the ornamentality, but still, all in all, the house is a very strong example of Gothic architecture here in San Miguel, Bulacan. But for me, the house is already starting to rot and decompose, just like what you can see in the pictures. Maybe it is because of lack of service and maintenance due to its age? Maybe, only time can tell. One thing is for sure, this ancestral house can still be revived and be brought back to its original glory back in the days. It just needs some TLC and general maintenance to begin with in order to give it another chance to survive. Last but not the least is the St. Augustine Parish in Baliuag, Bulacan, or most commonly known as Baliwag Parish Church. The parish was established by the Augustinians in 1733 under the patronage of St. Augustine of Hippo. The Good Friday procession of the church is one of the largest in the country with more than 100 religious floats of sceneries. The present parish priest and team moderator of Baliwag Church is Reverend Narciso S. Sampana together with his co-pastor Father Virgilio M. Cruz. The front and contents of Baliwag Church are designed in the Baroque style. Its gigantic reredos is a vast and intricate piece of art that reflects the fusion of Spanish and Latin American architecture with indigenous Philippine works of art. The church boasts one of the most impressive buttresses and foundations in the city. Its huge limestone, gravel and sand, steel, and brick building was built to withstand revolts and rebellions, as indicated by the fortress's exterior. The facade of the Cathedral of Christ the Redeemer is in danger of pulverizing for lack of protective palitada, which can be readily seen at the right niche where decorative carvings have started to disintegrate. The two-level facade topped by a triangle pediment and covered by a circular window is one of the most striking features of the building. In front of the church and renovated convent are spacious parking areas for vehicles tightly guarded by a solid iron entrance gate, and the entire church is surrounded by concrete fences. Baroque ornamentality is really integrated with the infrastructure, from the wall claddings, facade, ceiling and even form the exterior. It all resonates Baroque and will always be. The only downside that I can see in this erected piece of art is the slow disintegration of its exterior walls. We can really see that the rain and extreme sunlight is contributing to its steady but fast cement pulverization, resulting to its state. That is why I think there should be a weekly drive to maintain the church's current state of strength integrity in order to prolong the life of it and not cause harm with anyone near it, and also have a deal with the higher-ups to go and have a project for it to be restored to its true glorified state, just like what it should have looked way back when it is newly erected church. And for the sake of preservation, I think most of us will agree that doing regular maintenance to it will do the trick. But it will also help if some reapplying of concrete to the walls be considered in order to stall just for a while the disintegration of the infrastructure's concrete walls. With that, I hope that everyone that viewed and watched this video presentation is again encouraged to go out there and explore what your own municipality has to offer. You might not know, so you might as well try. And with that, thank you very much for tuning in.